Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
Have you ever felt stuck, watching others rise while you stay frozen in place? What if the only thing standing between you and greatness isn't luck or talent, but where you place your focus? And what if the secret to success lies not in the world around you, but in the discipline to master yourself first? Your potential is waiting, dormant until the moment you choose to block out distractions and direct your energy inward. Once you commit to growth and relentless effort, the impossible begins to shift into reach. The world never rewards half measures or excuses. It rewards those who push beyond comfort and convenience. Every day you hesitate is another opportunity gone forever. The gap between where you are and where you could be depends on one thing: your willingness to focus on yourself and work harder than you ever imagined. In a moment, you'll learn how mastering self-focus and unwavering effort can transform ordinary ambitions into extraordinary achievements. Your greatest asset isn't your inheritance, your education, or even your connections. It's your commitment to personal growth. When you dedicate yourself fully to self-improvement, the universe seems to conspire in your favor. Think about it. Every moment spent worrying about others steals time from your own journey. True self-mastery begins the moment you direct your energy inward, not outward. Roger Bannister, once told the 4-minute mile was impossible, refused to listen. While others debated and doubted, he focused only on his own training, his own mind, and his own capabilities. He ignored critics, dismissed comparisons, and kept his eyes fixed on his goal. His focus was entirely on pushing his own limits. When he finally broke that barrier, it wasn't just a personal win. It shattered a psychological wall for all of humanity. You hold that same ability to rise above limitations through focused effort. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others and direct all your energy toward your own path, you unlock a surge of mental power that fuels real progress. Never forget this: self-focus is not selfishness. It's the understanding that your greatest gift to the world comes from maximizing your own potential. Now comes the second principle: defining your definite major purpose. Every lasting achievement in history began with clarity of purpose. Without it, life becomes adrift, reacting to distractions, mistaking constant activity for true progress. Your definite major purpose is the organizing principle of your life, the burning desire that aligns your thoughts, emotions, and actions into one unified direction. Have you defined yours with absolute clarity? Can you state in a single sentence why you believe you are here? This clarity is not optional, it is essential. The precision with which you define your purpose determines the impact of your actions. Consider John Wooden's extraordinary legacy. His unmatched success as a coach wasn't built on scattered effort, but on an unshakable mission. Long before championships, he had already committed to a purpose, not just developing skilled athletes, but shaping men of character who would contribute meaningfully to society. To unleash true power, your purpose must meet 3 conditions. It must be specific, because vague goals lead to vague results. It must be measurable, so progress can be tracked. And it must include a definite timeline, creating urgency and productive tension. Once you define your purpose, it must become part of your daily awareness. Write it down, review it when you wake up and before you sleep. Let it sink so deeply into your subconscious that it feels as natural as breathing. This constant reinforcement trains your mind to spot opportunities others overlook. The real strength of purpose lies in its ability to simplify decision-making. When faced with choices, ask yourself, does this align with my purpose? That single question cuts through distractions and allows you to decline paths that might look appealing but drain energy from your true mission. This focus creates a powerful concentration of effort, turning obstacles into stepping stones. What may seem like impossible barriers to an unfocused mind become valuable lessons on your journey. Purpose reshapes setbacks into feedback rather than failures. History's most successful people weren't defined by extraordinary talent, but by extraordinary focus, a relentless alignment of energy with their mission. When your efforts match your deepest values and aspirations, you unlock hidden reserves of energy and creativity that drifters never access. Take time today to refine your purpose. Ask yourself, What truly matters? What contribution do you want to make? And what legacy do you hope to leave? Then condense it into one clear, powerful statement to guide your daily actions. Remember, a life without purpose may reach comfort, but never greatness. Your purpose is waiting. Define it, embrace it, and let it shape not just what you achieve, but who you become. Now comes the third principle, the discipline of daily habits. Your life today is the sum of the habits you've built. These consistent, often unconscious actions shape your future far more than brief bursts of motivation ever could. True achievement doesn't come from rare bursts of effort, but from the steady discipline of daily action. The quality of your life mirrors the quality of your habits. Take Wilma Rudolph, for example. As a child, polio damaged her left leg so severely that doctors doubted she'd ever walk again. Yet she built a relentless routine of daily therapy and exercises. Her journey from a little girl in leg braces to the fastest woman in the world, winning 3 Olympic gold medals, wasn't fueled by occasional inspiration. It was forged in those quiet, unseen hours of consistent practice when no one was watching and no applause was given. The true strength of habits lies in their compound effect. Just like compound interest, small daily actions, reading a few pages, practicing a skill for 15 minutes, or keeping a morning ritual, may seem minor alone, but multiplied over months and years, they create extraordinary results. Habits, however, cut both ways. Positive ones propel you upward, while negative ones quietly erode your potential. The most dangerous are the unconscious routines you've built without realizing it. Patterns that may be sabotaging your dreams beneath the surface. That's why honest self-examination is crucial. Look closely at your daily routines. Which habits move you closer to your goals, and which ones quietly pull you away? Begin your transformation by choosing just one positive habit to implement today. Its size doesn't matter nearly as much as your commitment to practicing it every single day. Maybe you'll decide to wake up 30 minutes earlier, drink water before coffee, read 10 pages of a meaningful book, or fit in a quick workout before your shower. Choose something small enough that excuses disappear. Success comes through structure and accountability. So anchor your new habit to an existing routine and schedule it at a specific time. Set up your environment to support the behavior. Remove obstacles that make it harder and add barriers to distractions that compete with it. Track your progress with something as simple as marking a calendar, creating a chain you won't want to break. Discipline doesn't mean perfection, it means persistence. You will miss a day sometimes. That's inevitable. The difference between those who change their lives and those who don't is how quickly they return to their positive routine. Don't let one missed day become the reason you quit altogether. At its heart, discipline is a daily choice, immediate gratification or long-term fulfillment. Between what you want right now and what you want most, those tiny decisions, repeated over time, shape the person you become. Start today. Pick one keystone habit that, practiced consistently, will create ripples of growth across your life. Commit to it daily. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Your future will be built not on rare inspiration, but on the steady power of what you practice every single day. Your mind works on 2 distinct levels, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind reasons and makes decisions, while the subconscious acts like a powerful processing system that accepts and acts on whatever it receives repeatedly. Most striking is that your subconscious cannot tell the difference between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. When applied deliberately, this principle becomes a transformative tool for growth. Consider the journey of Thomas Bradley. Raised in poverty with overwhelming barriers, he grasped this truth instinctively. Instead of surrendering to limitations, he practiced daily affirmations of his leadership ability. He pictured himself making bold decisions, speaking with authority, and serving his community with purpose. These were not idle daydreams, but intentional programming for his subconscious. Over time, those mental rehearsals became reality. He went on to break racial barriers, becoming Los Angeles' first African-American mayor, turning affirmed vision into lasting achievement. The science behind this is compelling. Your subconscious, which governs nearly 95% of your behaviors and responses, is constantly at work, even when you're unaware. Repeated exposure to thoughts and images, especially when fueled by strong emotion, leads it to accept them as truth. Once accepted, it works relentlessly to align your external circumstances with those internal beliefs. This is why so many ambitious people stay trapped in cycles of underachievement. Their conscious minds may desire success, but their subconscious has been programmed to believe otherwise. Years of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs can program the subconscious to silently override conscious intention. The solution isn't working harder within the same mental framework, but reprogramming the subconscious beliefs that drive behavior. To use this principle effectively, create personalized affirmations that declare your goals as if they are already accomplished. These affirmations must follow a few key rules. First, phrase them in the present tense. Your subconscious responds to immediacy, not distant possibilities. Second, use positive language, since the mind processes affirmatives more powerfully than negations. Third, infuse them with genuine emotion, because feelings accelerate acceptance. For example, instead of saying, "I hope I won't fail at public speaking," affirm, "I am speaking with confidence and clarity, inspiring my audience." Instead of, "I want to be wealthy someday," declare, "I am now attracting abundant financial opportunities that grow my prosperity." The difference may seem subtle, but its psychological impact is profound. Repeat affirmations with disciplined consistency each morning upon waking and each evening before sleep, especially in the last 30 minutes before drifting off when your subconscious is most receptive. As you speak these words, vividly imagine the reality they represent. See yourself succeeding, feel the pride of accomplishment, hear the voices of congratulations. Over time, you'll notice shifts in perception, decision-making, and behavior. Hidden opportunities will become visible, solutions to stubborn problems will appear, and your natural actions will align more closely with your stated goals. This is the hallmark of successful subconscious reprogramming. But remember, it requires patience and persistence, because the mental patterns holding you back were built through years of repetition. Transformation requires consistent counterprogramming. Trust the process, even when visible results seem minimal. From the moment you begin, your subconscious is already working to reshape your reality. Begin today by crafting 3 personalized affirmations that target your most important goals. Commit to repeating them daily for at least 30 days. This simple discipline, carried out with persistence, gradually reshapes not only your beliefs, but your entire experience of reality. Now consider this. Every obstacle you face carries within it the seed of an equal or even greater opportunity. This isn't shallow optimism. It's a proven principle of achievement, one that history's most accomplished individuals have applied again and again. Your response to adversity shapes your destiny far more than the adversity itself ever could. Take the example of Mary Kay Ash. Just 1 month before launching her cosmetics company, she suffered the devastating loss of her husband. For many, such a tragedy would have been reason enough to postpone or abandon their dream. But Ash chose differently. She saw the moment as an opportunity to prove her resilience and determination. Despite her grief, she moved forward with her company launch, transforming what could have been defeat into the foundation of a global business empire that empowered thousands of women. This ability to extract opportunity from obstacles is what separates exceptional achievers from everyone else. When setbacks arrive, they don't ask, "Why me?" Instead, they discipline their minds to ask, "What opportunity is hidden within this challenge?" That single question shifts perspective, from victimhood to problem solving, from passive acceptance to active engagement with life itself. The greatest rewards of adversity often appear as personal growth. Each obstacle you overcome shapes qualities that cannot be developed in any other way. The persistence to keep going despite discouragement, the creativity to solve problems that seem impossible, the courage to face uncertainty. These traits become your most valuable assets across every area of life. History illustrates this truth clearly. Thomas Edison's thousands of failed attempts to invent the light bulb weren't failures at all, but discoveries of what didn't work, each bringing him closer to success. The Wright brothers endured crash after crash, yet every setback provided the knowledge that eventually made human flight possible. And Helen Keller's sensory limitations became the very catalyst that allowed her to inspire millions worldwide. When you meet resistance, your reaction creates a decisive fork in the road. Most people default to frustration, complaint, or resignation, unconsciously teaching themselves to see obstacles as punishment rather than challenge. But when you choose instead to search for the opportunity hidden within each struggle, you train your mind to transform adversity into advantage. This shift in perspective becomes especially powerful during your hardest trials. Professional setbacks, financial losses, relationship struggles, or health crises all carry within them the seeds of your greatest growth. Just as diamonds are formed only under intense pressure, your most meaningful achievements and deepest personal development often emerge from life's most demanding challenges. Implementing this principle takes deliberate practice until it becomes second nature. When adversity strikes, ask yourself, what lesson can I take from this? How might this challenge be preparing me for greater opportunities? What strength am I developing now that will serve me later? These questions shift your focus from resistance to receptivity, turning struggle into growth. History shows us that the most accomplished individuals did not walk smooth, obstacle-free paths. Their greatness was forged in difficulty. Churchill's leadership brilliance was shaped in years of political exile. Gandhi's moral authority deepened through imprisonment. Maya Angelou's powerful voice emerged from profound personal trauma. What seemed like devastating setbacks became the very foundation of extraordinary contributions. Your obstacles are not punishment. They are preparation. They don't block your path. They build your path. Each challenge you encounter is more than a problem to solve. It is an opportunity to develop capacities that will serve your highest purpose. By embracing your difficulties instead of resisting them, you transform what could have defeated you into the cornerstone of your greatest achievements. And this leads us to the mastermind principle. No significant achievement in history has ever been created by one mind alone. Behind every remarkable success lies the power of many minds working together in harmony toward a shared vision. This principle isn't just collaboration. It's the multiplication of intellectual and creative capacity. When two or more minds unite with absolute focus on one objective, they generate what can only be described as a third mind. An intelligence emerges that is greater than the sum of its parts. This collective consciousness draws on knowledge, experiences, and perspectives far beyond what any one person could generate, no matter how brilliant. Consider Ray Kroc's extraordinary journey in building the McDonald's empire. Kroc had sharp business acumen and visionary thinking, but he knew his goals required more than personal drive. Instead of trying to cover every weakness alone, he aligned with experts. Financial minds who understood capital structures, real estate specialists who identified prime locations, and systems engineers who designed scalable operations. This was not simple delegation or ordinary teamwork. It was a true mastermind alliance, a unified vision where each strength filled another's weakness. Through this synergy, Kroc achieved in years what might have taken decades alone. The McDonald's phenomenon proves how minds in harmony can create far more than any individual effort. History echoes this truth. The Wright brothers paired mechanical intuition with careful analysis to achieve flight. Walt Disney's creativity thrived through Roy Disney's operational discipline. Even Einstein, often seen as a lone genius, leaned on collaborators whose mathematical expertise complemented his theories. To apply this principle yourself, you must intentionally build a mastermind group rather than waiting for chance associations. Seek people who share your core values and commitment to growth, yet bring fresh perspectives and unique skills. The most powerful alliances challenge your thinking instead of simply echoing it. Structure your mastermind with a clear purpose and consistent meetings. Whether weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, these gatherings must balance two essentials: absolute candor and genuine harmony. Candor ensures every idea is tested with honesty, while harmony provides the supportive atmosphere needed for bold, creative thinking. The environment matters just as much as the people. Set ground rules that encourage encouragement and constructive challenge. Create a safe space where participants share early ideas without fear of judgment, yet maintain the intellectual rigor that prevents groupthink. The true aim is a setting where everyone contributes freely, focused on collective progress rather than personal recognition. A real mastermind is more than networking or accountability. It's the birth of insights no single member could have created alone. When working at its best, the group will spark moments of revelation, uncovering possibilities previously unimaginable. With steady commitment to this principle, you can achieve in 1 year what might otherwise take a lifetime of solo effort. Your strength doesn't come from superhuman striving, but from the extraordinary leverage of united minds. Weaknesses dissolve as others' strengths fill the gap, creating a shared intelligence greater than any individual could achieve. Start today by identifying potential participants whose skills and perspectives complement your own. Extend invitations with purpose and structure. Applied correctly, this principle unlocks capabilities within you that would have remained hidden without the catalytic power of collective intelligence. And here lies the cornerstone: persistence. Nothing can replace it. Talent alone does not guarantee success. How many gifted people never fulfill their potential? Education alone proves insufficient. How many highly educated individuals never translate knowledge into meaningful accomplishment? Persistence and determination remain the true forces behind all achievement. This quality is as vital to success as oxygen is to life. Take Harlan Sanders, for example. At 65, when most consider retirement, he received his first Social Security check, just $105, and faced near bankruptcy. Yet, instead of surrendering, he clung to faith in a single chicken recipe he had perfected. Armed with determination, Sanders traveled across America, cooking his chicken for restaurant owners, facing rejection after rejection over 1,000 times. But he never quit. That same persistence built Kentucky Fried Chicken into one of the world's most iconic food brands. Without his refusal to accept defeat, the recipe would have stayed unknown. The lesson is clear. Persistence transforms potential into reality. History confirms this truth, from Thomas Edison's thousands of failed light bulbs that were never failures at all, but necessary steps toward breakthrough. Abraham Lincoln's political career was marked by defeat after defeat before he ever reached the presidency. The lesson is clear. Temporary setbacks are not permanent failure. Every meaningful goal comes with obstacles, delays, and stretches of stagnation. These are not signs to quit, but essential tests along the journey. Such trials weed out those who lack commitment. Most people give up after the first or second barrier, never realizing how close they were to breakthrough. Sometimes the gap between quitting and spectacular success is just a few more days, or even hours, of effort. That is why persistence demands specific mental disciplines. First, hold absolute clarity about your desired outcome, and revisit that vision daily. Vague goals produce weak efforts that collapse under pressure. Second, commit to a definite time frame, persisting without allowing doubt to erode your resolve. Third, make it a habit to finish what you start, no matter the challenges along the way. Every completed task, however small, strengthens your persistence muscle. Persistence works like training the body. It grows stronger each time you push through resistance. Today's overwhelming barrier becomes tomorrow's stepping stone when faced with steady determination. The link between persistence and achievement mirrors the bond between carbon and steel. Just as carbon transforms ordinary iron into something unbreakable, persistence transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary success. Without the right amount of carbon, steel lacks the strength to endure. The same is true for talent and knowledge without persistence. They remain raw potential, never forged into true accomplishment. Persistence often works silently, long before the results become visible. Like water slowly carving through stone, steady effort toward a clear goal eventually creates breakthrough. The timing may be uncertain, but the outcome is inevitable for those who refuse to quit. What many call overnight success is simply persistence finally paying off after years of unseen work. Begin now by choosing one important goal where you face resistance. Commit to a set period, 30, 60, or even 90 days, where you persist no matter the setbacks. During that time, refuse to let doubt weaken your resolve. This single discipline will separate you from the majority who give up too soon and place you among the rare few who turn persistence into extraordinary achievement. This leads us to the law of increasing returns. The principle is simple yet powerful. Consistent effort, applied over time, produces results that grow disproportionately larger. Most people fail not from lack of ability, but from misunderstanding this truth. They underestimate the heavy effort required at the beginning, while overestimating how much will be needed once momentum takes over. This principle was vividly demonstrated in Jesse Owens' athletic journey. In his early months of training, his progress seemed painfully slow. Despite exhausting effort, the gains were barely noticeable. Many would have quit, assuming they'd reached their limit. But Owens understood that true results come after the point where most give up. His relentless dedication built momentum, eventually carrying him to greatness. That persistence culminated at the 1936 Olympics, where he not only shattered records, but also broke barriers of prejudice on the world stage. The law of increasing returns applies to every pursuit. The writer must fill countless blank pages before a story takes shape. The entrepreneur endures months or even years before profits arrive. The musician practices thousands of hours before mastery is revealed. In every case, the early effort feels disproportionate to the visible results. Think of it like farming. A seed planted in spring shows nothing for weeks. The soil appears lifeless, yet growth is happening beneath the surface. During this hidden stage, the farmer must keep watering, weeding, and nurturing with faith, even without visible proof. This is where most people falter. Human nature craves immediate feedback, so the lack of progress feels discouraging. But beneath the surface, roots are spreading, foundations are forming, and the stage is being set for harvest. Push through this invisible phase, and you'll reach the tipping point where each effort multiplies, producing far greater results than you ever imagined. What once demanded immense effort soon becomes easier. Opportunities multiply, momentum builds, and progress accelerates. This is the law of increasing returns in action, the long-awaited harvest after patient cultivation. Think about how it plays out in business. At first, an entrepreneur spends months or even years struggling to gain profitability. Every single customer is won through relentless effort. But with persistence, systems improve, reputation spreads, and referrals grow. Eventually, the same effort that once secured one client now brings in dozens. It's not that the entrepreneur suddenly works harder. It's that the law of increasing returns finally takes hold. Just like the mighty oak, which spends years growing roots before it ever rises above the ground. True achievement requires a hidden foundation that supports lasting growth. Your greatest successes will demand the same kind of unseen groundwork, invisible to others and sometimes even to yourself. That's why you must build resilience against the discouragement of working without immediate validation. Focus on tracking inputs rather than outputs in the early stages. Celebrate the consistency of effort, not just the scale of results. And surround yourself with people who understand this principle, who can help you stay steady when doubts creep in. In the end, lasting success doesn't come from bursts of brilliance. It comes from the quiet, disciplined persistence to keep going when visible progress is still small. Those who truly grasp the law of increasing returns elevate ordinary persistence into extraordinary achievement. Now comes the creative power of specialized knowledge. General knowledge, no matter how broad, holds little weight when it comes to great success or wealth. It's the individual who hones expertise in a specific domain, continuously deepening their mastery, who becomes truly indispensable. Take Katherine Johnson's remarkable story. In a time when both women and African Americans faced severe barriers, she developed specialized mathematical knowledge that made her irreplaceable to America's space program. Her skills were so trusted that even after NASA introduced electronic computers, engineers still turned to her to verify the machine's calculations. John Glenn famously refused to launch his historic Friendship 7 mission until Johnson confirmed the math herself. Her mastery didn't just support a program. It helped propel humanity beyond Earth's atmosphere. Her life proves a timeless principle. Specialized knowledge creates unique value that breaks through ordinary limitations. While broad education builds a base, it's the deep, focused expertise that opens the door to extraordinary opportunity. This principle holds true in every field: science, business, art, or trade. The real question is, what specialized knowledge does your definite purpose require? Once you identify it, commit to a lifetime of acquiring and applying it. And remember, this path doesn't always demand formal education. What matters is the relentless pursuit of mastery. More importantly, specialized knowledge demands both focused study and practical application within your chosen field. Often, the most valuable expertise emerges at the intersection of multiple disciplines or in new areas where traditional education has yet to build a curriculum. The first step is full immersion. Commit yourself completely to your craft. Read industry publications with intent, not for casual browsing, but to spot patterns and principles others overlook. Attend specialized seminars and conferences where the latest breakthroughs are revealed. Seek mentorship from those who have already mastered the path you want to follow. Join professional organizations where insights are exchanged and refined through collaboration. Above all, put your knowledge into practice. Information that remains unused is theory. It only becomes powerful when applied to solve meaningful problems. The most successful people aren't the ones who know the most, but those who use their knowledge effectively. Implementation transforms raw information into wisdom. It's through direct experience that true experts separate themselves from mere theorists. Build a lifelong habit of continuous learning in your specialty. Fields evolve quickly, and yesterday's expertise can easily become tomorrow's irrelevance. Set aside dedicated time each week to advance your knowledge, treating it with the same seriousness as any critical business function. The top specialists remain valuable not by clinging to past achievements, but by constantly evolving. Knowledge gains true power when it solves real problems. Focus your learning on areas with significant challenges, because these hold the greatest opportunities for profitable application. The market rewards solutions, not just information. Specialists who transform their expertise into measurable outcomes. Whether through efficiency, innovation, or breakthrough methods, command the highest value. The pursuit of specialized knowledge also delivers rewards beyond financial gain. Mastery of a field builds a deep sense of competence and purpose that general knowledge rarely provides. As your expertise grows, you begin to see patterns and connections invisible to others. This expanded vision unlocks creative contributions that go far beyond simply following established routines. Start today by evaluating your current knowledge against the demands of your definite purpose. Identify the key gaps that stand between you and excellence in your field, then create a clear plan to close them through study and application. Specialized knowledge combined with consistent implementation produces irreplaceable value, making you not just employable, but indispensable. Faith now becomes the starting point of all achievement. It is the gateway through which infinite power flows into daily life. Without faith, every other principle remains mechanical, stripped of its true impact. Faith is not wishful thinking or blind hope. It is a deliberate state of mind, built through steady affirmations and vivid visualization until it dominates your thoughts and directs your actions. Muhammad Ali's extraordinary career offers one of the clearest demonstrations of this principle. Long before his physical skills reached their peak, his unshakable faith declared, "I am the greatest." Even when opponents looked stronger or circumstances seemed impossible, his absolute belief in himself translated into remarkable performance. This was not empty showmanship, as many assumed. It was the deliberate use of faith as a practical principle of achievement. Ali understood that the mind directs the body according to its deepest convictions, and he shaped those convictions with bold, repeated declarations of faith. The same truth applies in every field. The entrepreneur who clings to faith in their vision draws resources even through setbacks. The scientist who believes a solution exists continues experimenting when others give up. The artist who trusts intuition creates original work where convention says it cannot be done. In every case, faith lays the psychological foundation that sustains effort until results appear. That's why you must nurture faith daily by carefully guarding your thoughts and words. After all, how can the mind hold on to success if it entertains contradictory beliefs? Doubt and fear cannot coexist with faith and courage. One will always push the other out. Every thought you allow either builds your faith or weakens it. That's why mental discipline is critical, especially when challenges make doubt so tempting. Start cultivating stronger faith by acting as though your success is already certain. Make choices from this place of confidence, not fear. When uncertainty strikes, ask yourself, what would I do if I knew success was inevitable? Then move forward with that action. This habit aligns your behavior with your goals instead of your worries, turning belief into lived experience. Speak about your plans with certainty, as though they're already achieved. Ordinary language often reveals hidden doubt. Phrases like, "I'll try," or "I hope it works out." Replace them with "I will," or "I am." At first, this shift may feel small, but your words program the subconscious, shaping the actions that follow. Visualize your goals with vivid emotion until they feel more real to your subconscious than the circumstances around you. The human nervous system cannot tell the difference between vividly imagined experiences and real events. When you repeatedly immerse yourself in detailed mental pictures of success, your brain builds neural patterns it accepts as truth, gradually aligning your actions with those internal blueprints. Through this deliberate mental conditioning, your faith grows stronger as results begin to appear. Small victories fuel the confidence to face larger challenges. What once felt impossible begins to look like a problem waiting for a solution. Suddenly, opportunities you never noticed before become visible. This strengthening of faith creates an upward spiral of achievement, expanding as your convictions deepen. Remember, faith is the foundation on which every effort must rest. Without it, even the best plan will collapse. With it, even imperfect plans can succeed. Every breakthrough in history, from flight to instant global communication, was born in faith long before it became physical reality. Your own greatest achievements will come not from what seems possible now, but from what you deeply believe is achievable. Start today by choosing one area where doubt has held you back. Act with faith in that specific part of your life for the next 30 days, and watch how this shift transforms not only your results, but your entire reality. Wishing you health, happiness, and success. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Daily.